Hello guys, we are from group 5 from Pong 1, and today we want to show you our project Khas about backhand and forehand drive.
And I will explain about the warm-up skills in ping pong. For the beginner of the warm-up, players can do the forehand to forehand drive. The objective is to understand the benefit of warm-up and to develop the consistency and the feeling. The way how to do the forehand to forehand drive is we simply hit back and forward from your forehand to the opponent forehand. If in partner, just hit back and forward from your forehand to your partner forehand. The benefit is to help players to focus on the consistent and the feeling.
Okay, I will present about the introductions of ping pong. In objective, we provide a brief introduction of what is ping pong and provide a short demonstration game. Then the pupils have a basic knowledge and knows what they are learning. Okay, for the teaching points, the International Table Tennis Federation (ITTF) is the governance body of all national table tennis associations. It is popular all over the world. In most countries, it is very highly organized as a competitive sport, especially in Europe and Asia, particularly in China and Japan. Ping pong they also have a team members such as single, doubles, and mixed doubles. The benefits if you play ping pong, you can burn off calories with energy being the supply to muscle and not forming fat. It can also improve our hands-eye coordination with concentrations required for serving, and also improve our social skill. For the differentiations, it can let pupils have a basic knowledge of ping pong and play a demo game to them.
The content of this project is to initiate and instruct the general key point of ping pong drive. The objective of this content project is to understand the right hand and body positioning of serving the ping pong ball. So for this content project, we will provide a demonstration for players to envision what they learn. The way to serve properly, the proper way of holding a bat, and when the ball strikes contact with a bat. The differentiation of this content project is to differentiate the backhand drive and forehand drive.
So now I'm going to talk about forehand drive. For forehand drive, stance is a must. So if you want to play a forehand stroke, your body movement is necessary. So for forehand drive, the stance will be like this. Like your shoulder should be wide and your leg should be wider as well. For right-handers, your right leg will be like this and your left leg will be upward, and so that you can perform a good forehand drive. For the left-handers, it's just like the opposite. So another part of the forehand drive is the backswing. So for the backswing, your body must be like this, and like as usually you can say your body should swing backwards from your hip like this, and your bat and elbow should be on the back side, so you can perform a good forehand stroke. So number 3 is all about the strike. So for a better strike, your hips and your elbow will come forward to hit the ball harder for the forehand drive, and your elbow will be come closer to your body. The last but not the least is the finishing. So when you shoot the ball, you have to direct the ball where should you wanna place it, and always you have to be ready for your next shot.
Stand a bit less than 1 forearm's length from the table. Keep your feet slightly more than shoulders width apart. Place your left leg forward. Bend your knees a little bit. With the backhand drive, your body is in front of the table. There is no side movement of the torso. It is a more controlled stroke because there is less space to exert power. The bat is on the level of contact with the ball. Forearm creates a right angle with upper arm. The backhand uses mostly forearm and the wrist is much more active when hitting a backhand in comparison to the forehand. The backhand drive finishes about an arm's length from the body and towards the right side. The action is from the left hip to the right side. Hit the ball almost at the center of the bat where the bat is slightly angled. The goal is a still ball without rotation. All forces go to ball speed.
Next is playing a game. To start a game, we need to keep the rally going. Gather all students in group and in single file lines. First player hits ball with backhand or forehand stroke and then run to back of line. Second players proceeds to do the same and the rally continues as the group tries to increase the number of conservative shots. We need to encourage players to do the correct technique. The objective of the game to bring the backhand and forehand stroke into a fun and interesting game situation. Gather all students in groups, then split to the two groups for one table. Practice on each of following drill. The first drill is backhand to backhand cross court. Both players will use a backhand stroke, returning the ball to the backhand corner only. Start by using a backhand push and then both players progress to a backhand drive. Second, forehand to forehand. Next, player needs to switch side and play forehand to forehand cross court. Both players will use a forehand stroke, returning the ball to the forehand corner only. Start by using a forehand push and then both players progress to a forehand drive. Third, backhand to forehand. The next basic practice drill is playing backhand to forehand down the line. One player use only backhand strokes, whilst the other player use only forehand strokes. Start by both players using a push stroke, then progress to one player using a backhand drive whilst the other use a forehand block. Then the two players change over and each plays the stroke just used by the other player. Fourth, forehand to backhand. The last basic practice drill is playing forehand to backhand down the line. One player use only forehand stroke, whilst the other player use only backhand stroke. Start by both players using a push stroke, then progress to one player using a forehand drive, whilst the other use a backhand block. Last, we need to encourage students to use the correct technique. Then we need to maximize the set target and smaller the group's number and maximize the players to use non-dominant hand and competition between groups. Last, we need to minimize the student to allow them to do 2 bounce.
Okay, so today I would like to talk about cooldown. What cooldown does it really mean? Cooldown is an easy exercise done after a more intense activity to allow the body gradually transition to a resting or near resting state, depending on the intensity of the exercise. Just like table tennis, cooling down can involve a slow jog or walk. The main objective of the cool down is to lower the heart rate and bring the body back to the homeostasis, reduce muscle soreness and tightness, removes waste product from working muscle, and help prevent from blood pooling. For the teaching point, there is two. First thing is cardio, which is jog, bike, or swim for 10 to 20 minutes. And the second one is stretching. This has many benefits such as, first, helping to lengthen muscle back to original length. Next, assisting joint mobility and healthy functional joint range. And lastly, releasing muscle tension, which can help take pressure off or away from joint. The differentiation. The main benefit of the cooling down is allow your heart and respiration rate to decrease gradually and your body temperature to lower slowly, which protect your heart. Stretching during a cool down also helps to release lactic acid from your muscle and reduce soreness. Spend 5 minutes walking gently, allowing your heart rate to decrease gradually. For the conclusion of cooling down is doing a proper table tennis before and after game not only protect your health, it also protect your heart and let your body get the most benefit from the exercise of table tennis match. Taking just about 50 minutes to properly prepare can make all the difference in a match. So don't skip warm up and also don't forget to cool down after your game. That's all from me.